Hey there, guys. We've got news for Global on August 3rd, and news is pretty early today. It's actually available Monday evening, depending on your time zone. But this week, joining me to discuss it is ShadoWalker again. So you can say hello, Shadow.
Hello. People think I quit. I did. I came back recently.
Came back for War of the Visions, is that right? You heard there was going to be a collaboration, like, gotta start playing
Oh
again?
yeah. Oh yeah, clearly. No, it was mostly CT Ramsa though. It's definitely CT Ramsa.
He will be coming in a few months, but for this week, we get the War of the Visions collaboration. This is kind of expected from the JP side. Jaden, Glacialla, and Gilgamesh's Awakening. Yep, so it kind of like, Gumi knows this banner is just like a skip week, so they don't even do anything special for the banner. It's a nothing
Did,
banner, no perks.
they didn't even try to do those like global exclusive step ups with like the armory tickets. Like they
Mm-hmm.
didn't try that either. They knew no one would pull these units.
Mm-hmm. They just knew like this is one of the biggest skips we've had the whole year.
Which is saying something because I think we've had some pretty huge skips in the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then you can also in the exchange shop get fragments for Venera or Mont if you really want to. Of course, Global's gonna global. They have absolutely no upgrades whatsoever, including Venera. I'm pretty sure she got some stuff on JP, didn't she? She did at some point, but of course, our Venera, I guess not this event, but our Venera and the JP Venera are two different units, so that makes sense that they wouldn't copy that over. But still, I would have hoped they'd give something to the global exclusive Venera. Isn't she out like 3 years at this point, and she's gotten nothing?
Did she not even get like an update last? Oh no, she got nothing. You're right. Yeah, she didn't
Nothing.
even get any like latents or something.
Mm-hmm. And
That's
once
crazy.
once again, no awakenings, no latents, no crowns, no just free upgrades, no intrinsic, nothing. Global is like, if you pull our units, they're just dead. We're not going to upgrade them.
Well, unless they're 2B and A2, because they got something, even though it hasn't been
Oh,
in here.
not A2. Not A2. She
Okay,
didn't,
true. Just 2B.
she didn't
Just
get
2B.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you were just telling me before the video started that you really do like Jaden. Of course, you like Jaden the character, not Jaden the Brave Exvius unit. But tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about Jaden, Shadow.
So I quit World of the Visions a while ago, but in World of the Visions, Jaden was a light unit, and he was a very important light unit. Like, if you wanted to run light team, I think Jaden was like a core part of that. And he's like this, he's this cool, sexy antagonist, but is he really an antagonist? Is he a protagonist type of? Like he threads the line. He's like the Balthier, but if Balthier was a little more morally ambiguous, I think that's one way to put it.
So he's
But I really
more like Gilgamesh or something. Then I guess.
I guess so. I barely remember it just because I played that part of the season, and then I quit almost immediately after, because I think that was around the time, right after Esther came out. I'm like, okay, this is too much, and I like kind of gave up. But yeah, Jaden's really cool in the game. He's a very popular unit in War of the Visions. I can clearly see why Gumi brought him over. I guess same with Glaciella. She's also super popular. She's like super waifu and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
You know what? I was just gonna before I make a comment on this unit, let me look on JP. Did he get the new royalty tag? Because he actually is royalty, isn't he? In War of the Visions, isn't he like the
yeah, I'm
prince of
pretty sure.
prince of a kingdom?
Yep.
But he didn't get it apparently. So I was just about to say maybe long term you'd want him for like a Noctis party that just started in JP, but he apparently nope. Even though he's like a prince or something, he's not a royal. I guess that is so stupid. Wow,
Maybe they'll add it when Noctis comes out. Who knows?
it's possible. But as far as the unit himself, not a whole lot here. He just hits things with light element. The end. I mean, he doesn't bring any kind of like special field, no special buffs or anything. He's like just like I hit things. He hits them hard. He did some pretty good. Not like top of the line or anything. It's on par with units today, but like I guess the biggest thing you can say about him is he has Blessing of the Crystals tag. So if you're like going all in for Ace, an Ace party, it can work. But as we've seen from the current Dark Visions, The Crystal Party is viable, but it is certainly nowhere near the top of the line. And it's not.
It's very it's very limited. Crystal parties are very limited, I feel like.
And the issue is that the Crystal Parties, they don't have the good support units, and that's the major problem. For one thing, the Crystal Breaker, Cater, got completely skipped on Global, so your Breaker is just immediately off the table. It doesn't have any good field units. Like, your best field unit is like Deuce, and it's not even good at all. So that's really the major problem with like the Crystal Party. That's the reason like Fire teams and Wind teams are doing so much better, because Wind has like the best fields right now. Fire's got Lena, the all-in-one field unit. Crystal Party doesn't really have anything, and that's not really being fixed in the future either. So that's kind of a problem here. So like, if you really love Jaden and you really want to just go all in for the Ace Party, he's gonna fit on that party and do okay. But as just like a unit for a random person or whatever, it's not going to do a whole lot for you.
So I see a global upgrade thing on his leader skill. What the heck was his leader skill before that? This is considered an upgrade.
Yes, so his leader skill. So in JP, his leader skill, I'm going to show you right here. His leader skill is just light units. That's it. So 500 to light units. So if you don't have Squall, I guess he's your budget version. It's worse than Squall, because Squall is 600 on global. So you can get a 500 light leader. On global, it's still going to be 500 to light, but they're adding a new category, War of the Visions Brave Exvia. So this is a global exclusive thing. They are adding, as you can see right here, some other units. So Paladin Sylvie, Stormseeker Esther, Ibarra, Elena. So basically any unit that was brought to War of the Visions from Brave Exvius. So you played more than I played War of the Visions for like a month. You've played it longer than me, Shadow. Are there any other Brave Exvius originals that are in? Because it says and more, but it doesn't tell us who else. So who else is in War of the Visions?
So off the top of my head, I remember Elena, Esther, Sylvie. I think Roberta? I don't remember. I can't remember if Roberta was in it, but yeah, there's a few.
Okay,
they're always super popular, so yeah.
So basically, a bunch of units that are super power crept. Unless Ibarra means the new Ibarra as well, then that could be a case for that. But it's they're listing the original Ibarra only, not the new one. So, but again, and more.
I mean, in theory, they should include the new Ibarra, right? I guess.
I mean, it would make sense, but then again, we just had not me and you, but in Discord, we just had a conversation about the way that they do leader skills, and it's so inconsistent. It is completely inconsistent. For example, Rain in JP has the royalty tag. Lastwell has the royalty tag. When you combine Rain and Lastwell into Knights of Grandshelt, they lose the royalty tag.
Oh, they're not royalty anymore. Cause
it's so stupid. It's so inconsistent the way they do this kind of stuff. Yeah. So who knows? Who knows?
I'm kind of curious. Is Dark Fina considered a World of Visions FFB? Because in theory, she isn't part of the World of Visions world, but Dark Fina is in World of Visions.
Well, this is a global exclusive tag, so we can't check JP. This we won't know until
Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Okay.
So we have to see.
So it's so bad because Jaden's like TMR. I mean, the only redeeming factors about these sort of units, right, are the limited time TMRs, STMRs, or vision cards, and none of that's redeeming either.
I didn't even look at these. So this is not impressive. This is just like a much worse version of Saul's TMR. Isn't Saul 75 LP damage? The new Saul, the Vermilion Saul?
Yes, the new Saul's the 7. Yeah.
Okay, and then
it's terrible.
And his TMR is literally no one's going to use that except for himself.
It's so bad.
And then the vision card, as like a public service announcement for people that watch my videos, I'm probably going to stop bringing up vision card news during the videos unless it's like a new vision card. But it's like every video, it's like, here's a series vision card. They're all the exact same. It's 500 flat to the series and then some bad stats. I'm just going to like stop bringing them up in the news unless it's a new card. We'll discuss new cards, but I'm not going to say the same thing every single week. So it's a series card, same as every other one. Yeah. So we're gonna stop bringing them up. But yeah, like he doesn't really bring anything, does he?
No.
Well, there's Jaden, and he's a mage, by the way. So, light element mage, blessing of the crystal, does okay damage. I'm not trying to downplay his damage. He hits decently hard, not top of the line, but hard enough. Uh, I wouldn't recommend pulling for him, but if you all of a sudden see someone using Jaden in a rank 1 clear in a month, don't get mad at me.
Do people actually get mad at you?
Not like mad, but they're like, you said this guy was bad. Now he's a. For example, mid is currently the one people said, like, you said mid wasn't that special, and all of a sudden mid is on a team that we couldn't predict because we didn't know about Malphasy, and the mid plus Malphasy is making Wind strong right now because Ico, the other alternative to Malphasy, does like no damage, but Malphasy does meta damage, and so that plus mid is making Wind very strong. Something you couldn't predict because of global exclusives. So at the time when I said that, like 8 months ago, mid was not very relevant, and she wasn't.
Well, mid
for
was
8
mid.
Months. So. Yeah, exactly, and she wasn't for 8 months. But then all of a sudden, things change, new units come out, stuff, etc., and then all of a sudden mid is good again. And someone said, no one gets mad, but they did bring up a comment saying, didn't you say mid was not that good? And I'm like, yeah, she wasn't when I said that 8 months ago, and it was true for 8 months. Then all of a sudden new units come out, and it makes her useful for one Dark Visions. Next Dark Visions she'll again not be seen because the next Dark Visions, we already know the AI. It's gonna really be not good for mid. But anyway, a little bit of a tangent.
Oh man, now I need to go back to Dark Visions with mid just to see what I can do.
So then we have Glacialla. So I gotta be completely honest here. I looked at her kit on JP and I just like scratched my head. What does she even do? What is this unit? Please explain it to me, Shadow.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I never even looked at their JP wiki data. I just like Glacialla because she's a cutie. I'm gonna make a level with you. And the killer thing is she uses my favorite element, ice. So I mean,
well. She's Wind on Brave Exvius.
Excuse me?
Yeah, she let's go ahead and pull her up. Yeah, on Brave Exvius, she's Wind, so not Ice. Yeah, but I looked at her kit. I just don't know what's going on here. Like, she's got some random support stuff, a 150 Wind amp. She's a Wind unit. 100% water amp. I guess she's like kind of halfway water.
Okay, so let me rephrase that. She's in theory in more of the vision. She is a water unit, but she does have some like ice skills on it, and she has this white hair, like the Friday Vibe, so that's why I love her. But why Wind? That's so weird.
Could not tell you. And then that's it. Like, she's got a 50% mitigation on a 6-turn cooldown. Like, she has this goofy. It's like, we've got units that, like, 2-star units that do shell +2 on demand, multi mitigation, and this is like a 50% mit on a 6-turn cooldown with partial uptime. Like, why do they do this kind of insanity?
Are they still stuck in the 2000s? Whoever designed this probably still stuck in 2013 or something.
It's so embarrassing for like this to even exist. And yeah, and she's got a 330 XLB. So like, what is this unit? Like, is she supposed to be a support unit, a DPS unit? Like, what is the unit? Oh, and she's got a mod buff, so I guess 430 plus Typhus' Spirit, so 530. I guess it's actually technically on par if you get Typhus' Spirit as well, but still, it's just a goofy unit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get. Okay, now I'm looking at her wiki, but I don't really get what they're trying to go for either. So. I did when I just see her sprite. I loved her sprite though. I'm gonna say I love her look, but it's sad that I'll never actually use it.
Yeah, when I saw her come out on JP, I saw the sprite and I saw the translated name. It was like bearer of flags on it. So I immediately thought this has got to be like an all-in support unit.
It has to be a support unit. Yeah.
She's not at all. She's just like a really underwhelming DPS, and that is it.
Yeah, it's weird. Never mind the fact that her again, it's the same thing. Her TMR and STMR are nothing special. Well, I guess you could say her STMR is kind of cool. Oh no, never mind. It's just her. Never mind. It's just her.
Yep, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, it's so hard to redeem this banner.
Yep.
At all.
And then we got the Awakened Gilgamesh. I looked at his kit. He got basically no support stuff. He just deals damage, and he is going to deal such abysmally bad damage. Like, bad. Just trust me, it's bad. So he's useless. Pretty much.
He's event bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep, that is
my 16 or whatever amount of Gilgameshes I have will be useful.
What? How in the world do you have so many Gilgameshes? Did you like pull on every single War of the Visions banner?
So far, yes, but this one, I think I'll skip this one.
Oh jeez.
I have a EX3 Mont. So when JP got Mont's crowns, I was so excited that we'll see it in GL. We'll get to that. I think it's happening.
Did Global skip his crowns in the past?
Oh, did you not see the Mont? Okay, there's a news about the updates or ability awakenings and updates. Mont's not on there. It's just Dark Fina and
Yeah,
Cyan.
yeah. We're getting to that in a minute. Yep. So continuing with the news, the other important news is they're unlocking extra killers for Golem and Carbuncle. These are the overflow killers you use Galvanite for. It would have been real nice to get Golems this week, but I guess in the interest of fairness, they're not introducing an extra bug killer in the middle of a bug Dark Visions. But next week you can get overflow for Golem, and then I forgot whose Carbuncles are for. I guess Spirit Killer? I honestly forgot. I don't know.
Interesting. I don't have enough mats for it anyway, so.
Yeah, currently I have only done overflow killers on Ifrit. I could afford way more, I just haven't. But yeah, I guess I should. I actually do have a lot of Galvanite, so maybe I should spend some. We'll see. And then the event is a farming event. Go in here, turn on auto battle, turn on auto repeat. Get it done in an hour or two. Get your event rewards. The gear is blah, not good, really. So whatever.
Well, Sleep Blade used to be amazing. Just let me have my boomer mode, and I say Sleep Blade used to be an amazing sword with the upgrade.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty good for a while.
Yeah.
And then just worse sort of light. And yeah, that's the event. Farm it, get it done, yay. And then the EX stage. This by memory was not locked to the War of the Visions. I think there was a mission for not War. I think it was a mission for Blessing of the Crystals. Maybe. I think there was a special mission that I skipped on JB. I'll try it on global, but if it's War of the Visions only, it'll be a huge skip. But I think it's Blessing of the Crystals, which shouldn't be too bad.
The gun is actually pretty nice, isn't it? Though, like it's a 224 gun.
It's just for Jaden. Oh, you mean for general? It's a one-handed gun, and no one really dual wields magical guns. So.
Oh.
But I guess
a one-handed gun.
Yeah, I guess it's good for anyone that would dual wield magical guns. Physalis, I guess.
In the potential future that we get a global exclusive person that dual wields guns, I guess.
Mm-hmm. There's that stage. And then, as you mentioned, ability awakening and updates. So, Dark Fina and Cyan. Now, this is the strange thing here. They're not mentioning the crowns. They're just mentioning the free stuff they got, like Empower, Ability, Dark.
These were the free things, not the crowns.
I think so. Yeah. So in JP, these units, for example, had where is it? Right here. Let me find it real quick. Hold on a second. It's really hard to read this list. I had it a minute ago. I scrolled and I lost it. Where'd it go?
That's all right.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. So it had this kind of stuff. This was the fights. It was Kefka for a crown fight. Master crowns for Doma. Master crowns for Dark Fina. You fought Chaotic Darkness or Sure Fell Spirit, whatever it's called. But in the news, we're not getting those apparently. We're just getting these. Also, during this week, we should have been getting the Cloud upgrades. Remember, people have been talking nonstop about Cloud becomes really good again, the original Cloud.
Yeah.
That was during the War of the Visions event, and that is also missing from the news. So, yeah, that'll be fun. This ability did come from the stage and Power Element Dark, I think. So stage 4. Yeah, and Power Element Dark right here, Elemental Power. So maybe they're just giving us all the abilities and just skipping the content, but still getting the abilities. I don't know. So,
I mean, I don't expect them to be that nice.
so that would mean we're missing a lot of stuff, though. I mean, no one cares about pearls, burst pots. I guess those don't matter. Trust moguls. A little bit of lapis, not that big a deal. More lapis, and if they're giving all the upgrades for free, it's not that big a deal. You know, if they're cutting the crown abilities, that would be a big deal. So we'll have to see. But
You'll have to figure it on Wednesday or Thursday morning.
mm-hmm. But Cloud is not here, which was the good one because Dark Phoenix upgrades are fine. The problem is we on global we have Melissa, so
Yeah.
whatever. Cyan is still
I think
pretty weak. Oh, go for it.
I think for me, it's just missing out on the Mont upgrades. It just breaks my heart.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, no one else cares. I'm the only person that cares about Mont in this whole fucking universe.
Well, and Venera would be nice. I mean, give her like a 90 spirit break too from Crowned or something. You know, that might be
Yeah,
that might be reaching, but it would be nice.
I agree.
Yeah, and then as far as Cyan, he does more damage. It's still pretty terrible. So yay. Not really much
Okay,
to say.
so in theory, if Earth becomes a good element, would Science still be bad?
So the thing is, so let's pretend for a minute that that actually happens. So your party would be something along the lines of Snovlinka for the leader,
Yep.
Roka and Tulian for the support. That'd be your breaks. That'd be both your fields. If we ever get Tulian's field, we didn't get it yet. It was skipped or delayed, but I'm assuming it's coming with the tower when they eventually bring that in August. So there's 3 slots. So you're going to want someone like Roka Dark Lineage, a modern Earth, with a 150 amp. You're going to want Cyan has no amp, by the way. So you would have to bring like Sylvie or something. Roka does get a single target 100 amp, so I guess Roka could give it to Cyan. But at that point, why don't you just give it to like Richt or something?
Anybody else that's
Yeah,
better?
anybody else but Cyan.
Oh,
Who else would
that's
even come to that party? Like Earth is just not in a good place right now. I don't even know
yeah, you're right.
who else even is an Earth unit. Like, so I guess Sign would come just by being existing, and no one else does. I don't know.
Man, I really want Ice team to become a thing. I feel like Ice is super close to becoming a thing, but my and just because it's my favorite element, but it's some of these elements are just left in the dust. Like the way that Gumi treats light, fire, and now wind, I guess, is very different from earth, lightning, ice,
Mm-hmm.
and everything else, which saddens me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's honestly kind of it for the week. Like,
Such,
this is like the deadest week in a while. So super skip
which
banner.
is saying something. Like we were talking about this like before or did I say in this podcast? But like, or in this episode, but I was this being a dead week is an achievement considering the last month of dead weeks. So
Mm-hmm.
excluding Malphasy, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah, we had the Vision World and the Clash of Wills, which is something. But other than that, like the past 2 weeks have felt really, really underwhelming. It feels like.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yep. So, I don't know. I guess that's really it. So, just out of curiosity, are we missing anything else from the expected content? Uh,
No,
this is the
not
this is
really.
yeah, this is the gun thing, the farming stage.
I did have a request from Foxy. He told me that I need to sing in this episode to keep the chain going. Um, because I think in the last week's episodes, who was it? Was it Titus? He sang,
Oh,
and then Foxy sang, but I'm not gonna sing.
oh no,
I'm
you're
just
not
gonna
gonna
put
say
it out
yours.
there.
Well,
I'll put it this way. We need a break this week, and whoever your guest is next week, I'm calling them out. I don't know who it is, but I'm calling them out. They need to sing because it's 2 weeks singing and 1 week not singing, 2 weeks singing, 1 week not singing. Let's go with that way.
So I'm looking right. I'm looking right here, Shadow, and part of the event in JP was the Cloud Crown stage, which was supposed to come today, and it was the King Mont Crown stage against Stern, and that was supposed to come during this event, and apparently it was being cut.
Oh my goodness.
So yes, he was supposed to get King
Oh
of
my
Leonis Mont
goodness.
was supposed to get crowns and upgrades during this event. Out of curiosity, what? Yeah, no one cares about him, myself included. But just for curiosity, what was his crowns? So,
His
Sword and
LB
Peril.
got upgraded,
LB
and
got upgraded.
then I can't remember the top of my head. Let me load up the page. Let's see.
Looks like he got
Uh,
2,000 defense from crowns. So
he got
basically 2,000 defense,
It's basically just defense.
and then
His,
a bigger in peril.
yeah. See, it's more of a EP upgrade than a practical upgrade. So,
Mm-hmm. Well, more cut
but we're not
content. We
getting
love
it.
we love cut content. So we can't have
That seems to
farts.
be
We
the
can't have cater.
theme. That seems to be the theme of this year after anniversary. They just it's the 7th year. We better start cutting content. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Oh,
And,
I know
and
this isn't the plot. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I was gonna say, speaking of that, when they announced the whole press for details on ability upgrades or ability skills in the battle menu, when I first heard that in the live stream, I kind of like just brushed it off. Like, I don't really care. I don't really read the tooltips anyway. But as I'm finding out, I actually do read the tooltips quite often. And now that I'm like using these newer units that don't have any descriptions in their kit,
It's so
entire
annoying.
page is click for more details. I'm like, this is really a pain in the ass to use this.
It's
Like,
so annoying. I think like half of Malphase's skills were like, this is too long to put in the in the preview, so you need to click on it. It's yeah.
yeah, it's like really starting to frustrate me at this point.
Yeah. Kudos. I agree.
So,
I agree.
what was you about to say?
Oh, okay. So War of the Visions is colliding, right? Global and JP is becoming one in War of the Visions. You heard
Mm-hmm.
about this, right?
Yes.
So, so here's my crackpot theory. FFB, that isn't gonna happen, I think, anytime soon. But the way that GL is literally cutting content from JP, I think is trying to do the exact opposite. Where in the future, like it's already happening, but like in the future, they don't want GL FFB and JP FFB to be the same game anymore. They want it to be distinct. And for the last 2 years, JP fans have been trying to say Cal is coming to JP, but it hasn't. So I think that's a good distinction to say FFB will be treated like it's a separate game versus where War of the Visions, they're trying to combine it, and when they combine it, they can use that resources to make FFB GL and FFB JP. That's my crackpot theory. Why War of the Visions is being combined into one, that way they can make GL more distinct from JP.
But if their method to make it different is by making it worse, by like just literally making the game worse, like the tooltip thing, just cutting all the tooltips, cutting all the content, removing units, removing buffs, removing stages. Like these were like literally. This is the
Hey,
crown. The crowns might not have been a big deal, but it was a boss fight for people to do, and it was content. Like, this week is incredibly dead because literally you've got nothing to do this week except farm the event and one boss fight. One boss. You
does
can't even
Dark
call
Visions end today
it does.
or this week?
It
Okay,
does, and so does
so
Clash.
not even that. Yeah, not even those.
Yeah, so we have no Clash, we have no Dark Visions, we have the raid is probably going to go on another way, but I don't count a raid. So literally, you're going to have one single EX stage, and then like a farming event, which you're going to finish in 30 minutes, and you've got 6.9 days of nothing in Brave Exvius. Nothing. So like,
Okay,
sure, you can call it. Go for it.
You need to do your Lucky 7 Celebration daily quest. Don't forget those.
Oh yes, you have to log in and kill the Cactuar, and don't mess up the mission and back out because you'll totally waste a key. Yeah.
But yeah, you were saying?
Oh, I was just saying, while technically speaking, you can say it's now different than JP because we're missing half the content. That doesn't make it a good thing to
Oh, no,
say
no,
that.
I never said it was a good thing. I'm just saying that seems to be the strategy they're going with these two games is that FFBE is being treated like two very different commodities, especially since Chamber of Vengeance, or not Chamber of Vengeance, Cow came out, and with a monthly global exclusive units, we've been getting monthly Glex units every month since like the last 2 3 years now, and it's just kept on going. And I feel like that's just their strategy with it. I don't know why, but that's just the outcome of their grand plan right now. Um, I think one reason why is they just don't like people using the crystal globe to predict the schedule. That's why they're combining world visions, and that's why they're using global to say, hey, we're going to cut content so your crystal ball doesn't mean jack shit when Cloud gets his upgrade skip that were meaningful. Or, Bart's gets skipped. Like, there's a lot of these units that were pretty meaningful that get skipped, and that kind of screws up people's crystal ball and their ability to skip certain banners or pull on certain banners. And I think that's why Square Enix slash Gumi is moving this direction to resolve that issue of the crystal ball. But that's just a very bad. I don't think it's good. I'm not saying it's good. It's just that's what I think is happening.
But is that a good business strategy? I mean, they make more money than I do, so I'd assume they know better. But just from an outsider thinking about I just imagine I've literally seen that people get frustrated and quit over this because they pull for specific units with a plan in mind, and then Gumi does
Hmm.
exactly like you say. They skip something, or they ruin something, or they change something, and people's plans are ruined. And some people spent money pulling for units for Dark Visions, for bosses or stuff, and then Gumi skips something or changes something, and all that resources and or real money people spent is flushed down the drain. Like that pisses off your customer and that drives them away. So that is, I personally can't see how that's a good business strategy. They're doing it anyway, and I guess they're still here. So maybe it really is a good business strategy. But my brain just
Yeah,
seems like that's such a stupid thing to do, and they're still doing it. I don't know.
yeah. No, I agree with you. I think one possible reason they might do this is when we don't have telemetry data, like we don't know what they see, right? But
Mm-hmm.
like one reason they could possibly do this is that they know there's a certain percentage of the player base that will always pull on everything just because they're super addicted or they love this game so much. And they know they're just they're just trying to get the maximum amount of I guess revenue from those sort of groups. It's like there's a group of people that will always play this game no matter how they're treated, and they know, or well, maybe not how they're treated, but they know that like, oh, for example, let's just use an example of Cloud. A lot of players might have counted on Cloud and skipped on certain banners, but if because Cloud gets his upgrade skipped, well, that plan gets changed and somebody just buys more Lapis to pull instead. Like they'll be like, oh well, I guess my plan's changed and I'll just pull. And I think that's one thing that maybe we as like super hardcore people on Discord and Reddit just don't get is that there are casuals that still play this game that never go on Discord, Reddit, or Facebook. They just play and change their plans as it happens, and they're like, "Oh, I guess this isn't happening anymore, so I'll just buy more Lapis and do it." I don't know how many of these people exist. I don't know if they're the super whales that support this game, but that's just one possible reason that Gumi might be doing this. So I don't know. It's really impossible to like pinpoint why they're doing this without us seeing anything that they're seeing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, they've been running the game for 7 years. It's still going. It's still going in JP. So they know something what they're doing. But I don't know. It's just I
We don't have to like it. Let's
yeah,
say that.
I just feel like you can still make money while your customer is happy. But it seems like people are just in a perpetual state of pissed off, one thing after another. They're still playing, so maybe pissed off people spend more. But I just would much rather people be playing and happy at the same time. So,
I completely agree with you. But this is an anecdotal thing, but I don't think anybody you can't find I said that I don't know how to phrase this, but you can't find any group of people that hates their own game the most than that game's Discord channel. Like for example, I use Destiny as an example. No one hates Destiny more than everybody in our Destiny the game or the Destiny Discord. No one hates Diablo more than all the Diablo players on Diablo are Diablo. Like, I think that's just how gamers work. We're always in a perpetual pissed off state. But for FFB, a lot of it's very, very justified. Um, but at the other hand, it's like I think I would still be complaining about something at a certain point if it wasn't for this.
It's possible.
Uh,
I'm thinking back to you say that I'm thinking like counter arguments, and it is true that there are definitely games that I've played before, like World of Warcraft. I played for like
oh yeah,
I played for like 6 years, but there are definitely years I played World of Warcraft where I would like tell every friend I knew this game is amazing, it's god tier, you got to play it. But I definitely over time became more frustrated than happy, which eventually led me to quit. So maybe this is like the life cycle of a gamer. To you go in, you love it, and then the more you play it, the more you see the flaws, and that slowly eats away at you. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, from a
Interesting question.
certain point of view, FFB has a really, really good return on investment for your time. Like if you're thinking about how much entertainment value you're getting, or how much engagement you're getting out of a free to play mobile game, and the amount of depth in its like combat system, like it's really, I wouldn't say unrivaled, but really unique in this sphere, right? A lot of recent mobile games are much more 3D graphics heavy, or they're not turn-based anymore. But what FFB offers is becoming a lot more unique in this, I guess, mobile gaming sphere, and that's why there's a group of people that really love this. Um, but also, there's the other arguments like, well, if you're playing a game for like 20 hours a week for like 7 years, obviously there's going to be something that isn't perfect, no matter how good the developers are. So I guess that's the one thing that I'll give Gumi slack for, but otherwise, I hate this week. I really hate this week.
Hmm. Well, we have managed to turn like a 3-page news into a 40-minute discussion video, so that was fun.
Hey, give me some kudos. We made content. Let's go. Let's
Indeed.
go.
But we
We put in
probably
more effort this week. We put in more effort this week than Gumi ever did for this week.
we probably should end the news video now, though. But thanks again for joining, Shadow. Always fun to have you come on and chat.
No worries. It was fun.
All right. So see you guys for more of this on Thursday. Later.
Bye.